Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? Y'all know what it is, man. This is your boy Tank be chopping, and we back with another haircut tutorial. Alright, man, jumping into this cut. As you can see, I gotta comb out my man's hair. We gonna be doing a 1.5 on top, taper fade, high taper, lining up the beard, adding some enhancements, all that good stuff. So we had to start off by combing out my client's hair. Now I'm taking my detachables, and I am using a number 2 guard first, or a number 2 blade. And the reason why is I wanted to cut the hair down and see what the hair was doing before I actually, got into cutting the hair to the length I wanted. For one reason is this is barely like my second time cutting his hair, and I ain't cut his hair in like a year or so. So it's been a good minute. So I wasn't really familiar with his hair and what it did. So I wanted to make sure that I cut it a little longer than what I wanted the length to be. That way I can see what the hair was doing, see what parts were shorter than others. So I'm taking that 2 guard first, or that 2 blade, with my Andis detachable clippers, going over the top, going over the sides, getting all that hair down to that length. And then we're gonna come back over this with another clipper here in a second once we get this all down to this blade length here. Then I'm gonna give them a quick little brush, let the hair lay down the way it should lay. Now I'm taking my 1.5 guard. So this is my 1.5 guard, and I am using my Instinct X. And what I'm doing is I'm going over the top. This is basically gonna be the length we're gonna keep. And so the number 2 blade, it's almost a 1.5 guard, you know what I'm saying? So they're about the same length, you know what I'm saying, give or take. I mean, you can have some people argue about that, but I know detachable blades always cut a little bit shorter than a guard, right? So that's why, I went in with my 1.5 guard open in the lighter areas, and then I closed it, and now I'm going over all of the top and the other areas to make sure that it's down to the actual 1.5 guard. Now that that is done, I'm gonna take my trimmers. I'm gonna go ahead and set in my initial bald guideline in the taper area. Once again, we are gonna be doing a high taper. As you can see, he doesn't have a strong C cup. His curves weren't really like on point, you know what I'm saying? So we decided to cut that off because, it's not a strong part of his hair. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off. That way we don't gotta worry about that. And since I got the trimmers in my hand, I'm gonna go ahead and line them up behind the ear and over the ear. For me, this helps me move a little quicker. It's a little more efficient on my end because, I got the trimmers in my hand, so I might as well line them up behind the ear instead of, having to pick them up again later and line it up later. That's just what I do, you know what I'm saying? But after that, we're going to take the shaver, get this taper down to that shaver length. Now I'm going in with my JLL Ghost clipper, and what I'm doing is I'm setting in my next section with my clipper open, and I'm coming up, and I know it doesn't look like I'm coming up too high here. We are going to stretch this blend here in a little bit, but I'm going in with my clipper lever all the way open, then I close my lever halfway, and now my lever is all the way closed, and I'm attacking this bottom line. And what I'm going to be doing here is I'm just going to be going through some of my steps, laying the foundation, and I'm going to come back later and detail it. But here is my 1 guard lever open, and now I'm blending, setting in my next section using a flick out motion, and then I'm going to adjust my lever closed and start attacking that line at the bottom of that section. Now I'm going with my half guard or my 0 guard, whatever you want to call it, lever halfway open, and I'm going to adjust my lever closed little by little to polish this part of the blend, get this middle line to be completely erased. Now I'm going in with my 1.5 guard lever open, blending into the bulk. So, I did a 1.5 guard closed with the grain. So 1.5 guard open should blend into it for the most part. And if it doesn't, no worries. I'm going to show you how we're going to attack that here in a second. So now I'm going to, adjust my lever. I started with the open, then closed. And now I'm taking that 1.5 guard and I'm going with the grain again, just to make sure I clean up all these. If there was any extra hair, I'm cleaning all that up with my 1.5 guard. Now I'm taking my 1 guard lever open, which is a little shorter than a 1.5 guard, and I'm coming down with the grain, as you can see here, and it's cutting some of those longer hairs down, and it's laying the hair down also. So if you pay attention, I'm actually closing my lever also little by little. And that's gonna help blend some of this bulk. Like, there is a faint line at the top of this blend, so that's gonna help blend that out a little bit. And then I'm gonna turn my clipper regular with my lever all the way open, and I'm using my corners. As you can see, I'm doing corner blending, and corner blending is kind of like point cutting, kind of like using your thinning shears. So as you can see, I'm really just using the corner in those areas where it seems to be a little more bulky or a little more darker. Now I'm going back in with my half guard or my 0 guard, once again, whatever you want to call it. And just for reference, guys, I am using my dub guards from Stylecraft. And now we're gonna hit that bottom line one more time with the trimmer. This is the GRL Ghost Trimmer, not released yet. It should be coming soon, so y'all make sure to stay tuned for that. And then we're gonna go ahead and blend in the beard. So he wanted to keep the length on the beard. We are gonna trim down the mustache here in a second, but he wanted to keep the length on the beard, so I went in with my clipper open, set it in my section, and then blended that out. Here is my one guard open, and then we're gonna close our lever to blend that section out. We're basically gonna be doing the same thing we did on the taper, just, you know, going down, you know what I'm saying? So I hope that makes sense. But now that the beard is blended, we're gonna go ahead and start to line up my client. As you know, I like to start off in the middle of my client's head, make my initial guideline, and work my way over to the vertical bar. So we're hitting this vertical bar, making sure we got everything nice and sharp. And since there's really not a C cup, we really ain't gotta worry about that, right? That's not, you know, that's obsolete. You know, we ain't gotta pay attention to the C cup or anything. But we hit up behind the beard. Now I'm lining up the top of the beard, keeping it as thick and as full as we possibly can. Now I am gonna add some enhancements later to help this line pop a little bit. But as y'all can see, the lines are already looking pretty sharp. You know what I'm saying? But now we're going in with my one guard open, trimming down that mustache area, and then we're gonna line him up. You know, just clean up all those wide hairs, give him a nice mustache line, clean up the inside of the goatee, clean up right above the lip, you know, all that good stuff to make sure that this haircut just looks nice, that my man just has, you know, that he just looks nice coming out of the chair. All right, so now that we got the line up there, now I can see the blend a little better. So now I'm going back in and I'm detailing some more. This is my one guard lever open, and I'm gonna adjust my lever close, and I am also raising this blend up a little bit. So I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm stretching the blend out a little bit more, raising it a little bit more, because I really didn't like the way that it sat. Now, it did look good, but I think by me stretching it a little more, I think I helped it look a little better, you know. But we went in with the one guard first. This is my 1.5 guard, and as you can see, I'm using the corner again, coming down with the grain, cleaning up any wild hairs. One guard lever open, once again coming down with the grain, adjusting my lever little by little, working my way down until the top of the blend looks how I want it to look. And so now that we got that done, we are taking the Tomb 45 Boppr pencil, and as you can see, I'm not using the white side, I'm using the tan side, peach side, whatever you want to call it, but we're just tracing the edge up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? This is really going to help that lineup pop even more, and once we add some enhancements and blend out this pencil, it's going to give it a nice finished look. So this is how I like to blend out the pencil right here, guys. I like to use my trimmers, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm using my trimmer just to blend out this line a little bit, and if it doesn't come completely out, that's fine. We're gonna blend it out when we use the razor at the end of the haircut anyway, so I don't really worry too much about the pencil not being fully blended out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know once I hit it with the razor, it's gonna blend out a little more. But yeah, man, this is what I've been doing. I've been doing the pencil before I actually lay my enhancements, and it helps me, you know, it just helps in my eyes, helps me lay the enhancements a little better. So as you can see here, we are taking that Temptation by Kiss, and now we're adding them enhancements, and as you can see, that lineup is looking on point, and we ain't even hit them with the razor yet. You know what I'm saying? But that lineup looking on point. We hit them with some enhancements, then we added some hairspray, and we're going back in with these Tomb 45 hair fibers, and we're gonna add this to both sides, you know, obviously both sides of the haircut, right? But we're gonna add that to these sides, lock them hair fibers in with that hairspray, and then now I'm gonna go in with my razor, make these lines super sharp, make sure I get off any excess hair, any of those hair fibers that did happen to land on his forehead. That's gonna all get, you know, taken off with this razor here. So once again, guys, when you're using the razor, you wanna make sure you're stretching the skin. That way you lessen the chance of nicking your client. Now, it's not gonna be 100% chance of you not nicking the client, but it does lessen the chance, right? So we wanna make sure we're being careful and taking our time when we're doing this. Obviously, I sped it up for the video, but I'm making sure that I take my time, making sure I'm using that razor properly. That way, you know, I don't want to nick my client. I don't want to give him a bad experience. So that's why, you know, you want to take your time when you're using the razor. But now we're just hitting the mustache area, goatee area. We did the beard. Now we're doing the top of the lineup to finish off this haircut. As you can see, that taper looking blurry. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a nice cut, man. But check it out, man. This is the finished product. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut in the comment section. If y'all like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if new to my channel, make sure and subscribe one time for your boy. Remember, guys, if you're in the Houston, Texas area and want a haircut from your boy, you can go to my website, tankbechopping.com. You can book there. If you want any discount on any of these tools you see in the video, well, the tools that are out now, you can go to fwbarbersupply.com and use my discount code TANK10, not just on barber tools, but on anything you need at the barbershop. You know what I'm saying? They got chairs, they got barber poles, they got barber apparel, they got sprays, colognes, anything you need at the barbershop, man. Forward Barber Supply has it, so y'all can go to fwbarbersupply.com and use my discount code TANK10. But yeah, man, y'all let me know what you think about this cut. I think I got my man looking right. Y'all let me know down in the comments if y'all would have done anything differently. Like I said, man, I think I hooked them up. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this cut. And that's basically it, YouTube. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, let's go.